Supporters, former 9-term Democratic Congresswoman Jane Harman joins us now. First of all, good morning to you.
Hi, Adrienne.
Hi. Okay, so Senator Feinstein is, she's a history maker. She's a dynamo, but she's almost 90 years old. She's been on medical leave for a few months. According to ProPublica, she's missed more than 70% of congressional votes so far this year. She's been more absent than everybody, maybe second to Pennsylvania Democrat John Fetterman, but they're both been absent. Why in the world are people saying this has anything to do with the sex of the senator?
Well, there have been many senators in history older than she is now. Some of them have missed all votes. Some of them were totally out of it. Think Strom Thurmond and others, who was older than Dianne is now. Thought experiment. Yeah, how many men? This new news about McConnell is interesting. I hadn't heard that until today. But hey, the Senate has an older cadre in Dianne's case, and I've known her since she was mayor of San Francisco. We were elected to Congress at the same time. She is a historic senator with seniority, which is crucial to help California through all of its climate crises and fires and the rest of it. And she uses that seniority even now. I mean, why? Why Dianne? I think the answer is, at least on the Democratic side, that the margin is so close and her vote is needed to confirm judges. Flip that to Republicans. They don't want to confirm judges. But to make her a pawn of this play is unfair. And I agree with many of the comments that she's a female, so she's getting this and males don't. And I would just add that so far as I know, she intends to come back. She had a terrible case of shingles. She is recovering. Don't we all want her back? She wants to serve through her term. She is leaving at the end of this term in 2024, and it just ain't fair to take away the will of California voters who have elected her all these times and replace her with either a temporary person who will have much less clout or a permanent person who will have a leg up in an election that should be open in 2024.
Well, what do you say to Democrats who are just like, you know what, she's not helping us, even though we love her, with being absent, with healing? Allow her the grace of being able to take care of herself, which so many more people are aware of than they perhaps were 10 or 20 or 30 years ago. We're much more sensitive to the health needs of people, whether it's mental health or physical health. Maybe, perhaps, this is a nice way for her to transition on.
Well, maybe, perhaps, but she doesn't agree with that. And she was fairly elected. And so far as I know, her doctors and her family think she is coming back. I hope it's very soon. I would love her to be healthy again. She's a dear friend and a very valued companion in Washington, where I am now doing this broadcast. And many senators, this is not a unanimous view, including a Republican I spoke to just a couple days ago, think this is terribly unfair and want her back.
But the comparisons, and I know you just said you heard about it this morning, to Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell ain't sick. So is that should his name even be brought up?
Well, Mitch McConnell ain't sick, we think. How do we know? I mean, he had a terrible fall. He had a concussion. He's back. I'm not questioning the fact that he should be back. I think he should be back. And I think his choices are his choices and his voters' choices, not some poll. It's easy to convince the country, sadly, that age should be a factor if you are functioning. I just don't agree with that. Mm-hmm. And I certainly think seniority is a huge factor in her case. And, look at other examples like Nancy Pelosi, who's not quite as old as Dianne Feinstein, but who agrees with me, is passionate about this, that Dianne should have the right to serve her term.
Listen, I believe, and all honor and respect to the women who came before me, I believe you should be able to do your job as long as you want to. I hope to be still doing my job at 100, if that's possible, and looking this good. I mean, I think technology and science could allow for that. But, and I hope that, and Senator Feinstein is healthy and she heals up completely and she can do, as she wants to, serve her final months of her term. But 41% of respondents in a recent poll said that elderly age or age beyond a certain number of years hurts a member of Congress's ability to do their job, while just 19% think being older is beneficial to lawmakers. I think I know what you'll say, but I wanted to allow you the chance to answer that. What do you think?
I think it depends on the person, and it depends on the person's personal choices. I mean, not all of us should, walk into the woods at pick an age. I certainly don't intend to do that, maybe ever. My children say, Mother, at your age. Well, hey, at my age, I'm making choices for me, and they seem to work and make me happy, and I'm certainly not hurting them. And so I just don't buy it. I think that elections are referenda on people. And Dianne Feinstein's not running again. New news in 2024. She's already said that. She's also offered to step aside temporarily on the Judiciary Committee. The Republicans are blocking that. Why? Because they don't want judges to be confirmed. They'd rather have this issue. And I just think it is terrible and insulting. And just wait till they're 89 and they really want to stay in their jobs, assuming they're elected fairly.
All right, former Congresswoman Jane Harman, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.